to the ScamSlam channel. I'm here to bring you content from both shady and some not so shady individuals on TikTok. Ever scrolled through your For You page and come across a sketchy scam or a questionable character? Well, you're not alone, and that's where I come in. On this channel, I'll be diving deep into the world of TikTok to expose scams, scammers, and problematic content to steer clear of. From beggars, scammers, fakers, liars, abusers, and awareness creators that you watch, I'll be here to share it all. I'll be doing it all through showing live streams and adding in comments where appropriate. Be sure to look out for those red flags. So if you want to stay informed on what's really going on in the world of TikTok, then hit that subscribe button and join me on this wild ride. Let's expose the truth together. And reminder, don't send money to anyone on TikTok.
And I don't know how they had permits to drive it out onto the beach. And we did a photo shoot for, again, the delayed entry program and recruiter's office. And remember the movie Private Benjamin? What we were doing was basically like Private Benjamin, how she got recruited. They lied a lot. We were a part of that, I guess, if you want to, because we got featured in Stars and Stripes as two new recruits on the delayed entry program. I'm still trying to get a hold of that article. I had copies of it back in the day. Dale and I had put a bunch of stuff into storage, and a storm came through, and all of our photos and just everything that we had in there that was in cardboard boxes got destroyed because the roof leaked during a hurricane. So we lost a huge amount of stuff. And of course, it wasn't insured because that was the early 80s. And we were broke kids. So it wasn't so bad, but then again, I stayed in the room almost the entire day. Heimdall and I went out in the morning, and we came back, and then I wasn't feeling well, so we stayed in the room until about 45 minutes ago. No, an hour ago, because I watched something on my phone before I went live. But I went out for him to walk and do his business, and then got something out of my car and came back in. It was pretty hot, and we were having rain, so in fact, it was starting as I came in. We were getting the rumbles. So I'm expecting to hear full-on rain soon enough. Heimdall, it's just somebody across the hall. Yeah. How long have we been staying in hotels and you haven't got used to people being outside the door? Mm-hmm. No, I didn't, because by the time I got on the road, it was too late. They closed at 10, and it was like 9:45 when I got to my friend's house to get my shot. And so I did not get there in time. I ended up going to my other friend's house, getting the couple of packages, which is the one that had the long pole that I used to get his ball out from under the bed. Well, last week it was making it cooler. And last night the rain made it like 10 times muggier, and it was after dark. Go figure. So we'll see what it does tonight. I'm going to take some stuff back out to the car after I do the videos, so I have less to haul tomorrow morning. This is my last night in the hotel room, in this hotel, because this room won't be available. It's already leased. So, no. Breezy blonde? No. Again, broke bitch. I really need to get insurance on it. But I need to pull everything out of there, set off a bug bomb, because they have a problem with roaches, and I want to put a bug bomb in there and fumigate the room. And I'd like to repackage about half of my stuff into tubs, which seal better, and reduce what I have in storage. So I'd like to sell some. I'd like to just donate to charity some, thrift stores, and pare it down to what I absolutely need to keep. Oi. I love oi. Oi. Even better than oi. Oofda. Cool, David. I've seen them here or there, but free sample will always win out over paying full price or discounted at a store. Yeah, they are cheaper on TikTok. I don't know what you mean by set up for a while. I didn't get that. So evidently, my dyslexia and your message merged, and it didn't look stroke-like at all. I bit my cheek about a week ago. I caught it with a eye tooth. No, there's no need for that. Absolutely none. And I keep catching it now. I keep biting down on that little raised spot where when you bite it. It's annoying. Anyway, look at my screen name. Heimdall Toy Poodle. His name is Heimdall, and he's a toy poodle. I know, everybody asks me that. It's like, look at the screen name. I have a friend who has a mini poodle whose name is Odin, which is the Allfather in Norse mythology. And I thought Thor wasn't going to work because he's not big enough to hold Mjolnir, which is, the big war hammer. And Loki's a little too spot on for a toy poodle because they are mischief personified. And, naming him the god of mischief would have just given him free reign. And then Heimdall. As I was going down the list, I'm like, of course, that's the most logical name. Because Heimdall is the guardian of the Rainbow Bridge. And what do we say our animals do when we lose them? They cross the Rainbow Bridge. Come on, up. Up. You want to come up? He's thinking about it. He says, no, I'm going to lay here and look at you. I don't know what's for dinner. Hey, Cherry Chapstick. Terry, that is the most perfectly stated comment ever. That's exactly what he's thinking. And he thinks he's a big, huge dog. He does not know that he is 9 pounds of fluff. Skinny fluff. That's a good name for a husky, too, because they are also mischievous little devils. Now, I would love to have a Pomsky cross with a poodle, so that hopefully you don't get the shedding that you get with the Pomsky. Because Pomeranians and Huskies shed like nobody's business. And you cross them and you're not really getting a dog that doesn't shed. You're just getting a Husky's attitude in a Pomeranian-sized body. Oh, Miko's good. Ooh. It's the little robot or astronaut. He's on the other side of my... I have to put that divider so that that green light isn't hitting my eyes for long, because that's could be damaging to the eyeball. It's laser. So it's only like this big. It's adorable. And you plug it into a USB port and he just creates this beautiful light. And you can change the colors and how many stars and the brightness and stuff. It's really cool. I know, astronaut. How fitting. I agree. And I tell you what, I have him running at night and I turn off all the rest of the lights in the room, and it's just enough light that I can see to walk around, but not so much light that it makes it hard to sleep. And the color shifts. It's like sleeping under the aurora borealis. I love it. Absolutely love it. I've gotten fairly decent sleep for 2 nights in a row because of him. So... that would be cool, but no, it's not that fancy of a deal. I would like to get a projector eventually that I could, like play movies with. But maybe when I get the van, I'm vision boarding that van in my head. I haven't created an actual vision board, but in my head, there is a vision board, and it says, you're going to have that van, and you're going to have it soon. And I'm going to get a projector and just project movies onto the ceiling. So, I am here. Excuse me. Oh, dear. There is, and I've put in for it a few times, like this one, I've put in for this every time it comes available as a free sample. And after 3 years of trying, I finally got it. He has a forever home, Whitney. Mine. He is very happy with me. Oh, we have trolls, Tucker. And the trolls keep saying that I should give up my dog because I'm homeless. Home is where your heart is, exactly. Exactly. I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. Taking him away from me would be criminal for both of us. He would be miserable, and I would give up on life probably. He's what holds me together. He eats better than any other dog, especially the ones that are owned by homeless people. He gets freeze-dried, raw, diet. He gets the best treats possible. He eats so well. He is not mistreated. Even in the hot weather, I make sure that he has cool water. Not icy all the time, but at least cool. And I know to put cold water on his paws and his belly to keep him cool in the heat. Yeah, most of the homeless people, their dogs eat better. And before I lost my home, anytime I saw someone with a dog that was homeless, I always kept the healthy treats. I would pull out 4 or 5 pieces of the duck jerky, because that bag is huge. Heimdall, he goes through a bag every 3 months because it's so big. And so I would give them 3 or 4 pieces of the duck jerky because it's so healthy for them. I mean, if I didn't have money to give the person, I at least, oh my God, that's cute. Oh, I love that. What was that one called? Oh my God, that's adorable. Bat headwear from Broadway Baby. Thank you. That is adorable. So I've missed something. Jill, if I'm not looking at the screen, I miss things. I do apologize. And you're blocked. Threatening me with the stake center. They're talking about, I've already blocked them. Mormon church. The Mormon church, each church building is called a ward, W-A-R-D, and within a area, you have a S-T-A-K-E, stake center, and that's where the president of that area's churches is located. And so has to do with LDS, the Church of Latter-day Saints, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And y'all can talk all you want. They know me. They know what I do. They know I'm homeless. So, go right ahead. Damn it, Janet. I love that. And now we have the one movie that I've never quite understood, but I love the music from, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Damn it, Janet comes from that. Problem is the mean ones are so vocal and hurtful. And a few of them were real friends in real life, and that's what hurts the worst. Let's do the time warp again. It's just a step to the left. Yeah. I love how they declare that I'm doxing them when I've never said their names since being homeless, I've been very careful not to say their names until like 2 days ago. I think I said the one person's name because she absolutely doesn't care that she gives my entire name every single time she talks about me. Not just my Heimdall Toy Poodle screen name. She gives my real name every single time. So, yeah. Doxing is when you give address, phone number, and full name, that kind of information. It is not when you talk about the person's personal day-to-day stuff. It's when you're giving information that allows people to find that person. That's doxing. But the person's handle on TikTok is that's public information. Yeah, where they work, things like that. They're telling in their thing which hotel I'm in. They're calling the hotels and harassing the front desk people to the point that they, in one occasion, kicked me out because of it. And the second time they did it, I went to go to renew the room and they wouldn't let me. They kicked me out the second time. So they're the same age as I am. That's the thing that just gets the fuck out of me. And they're from the trailer park that I'm from, so they know the cost of living is just beyond ridiculous there. And yeah, they keep saying that they've gone to the police and they're going to have me arrested and take Heimdall from me. So two of the people who are doing this knew me personally, as far as I know. There may be others, but two knew me. I have had conversations with Pinellas County as well as St. Pete police officers, and every single one said they have no ground to stand on, and I'm perfectly fine. So I'm just... They said if they do show up and try to do something physical, then the police can do something about it. And I've never gone back to the park other than I had a package delivered there by accident. And I called the office and I said, what can I do? Can I have you bring it to me somewhere so that I'm not coming on the property? And she says, no. She says, I won't call the police on you. Pull up to the office, text me, I will bring it out to you and leave, which is what I did. I pulled up to the office, I sat there and waited. She brought it out to me and I left. And that's the only time I've been back on the property since I moved out. And they're like, oh, she's been back several times. No, I've never been back. Not without authorization from the office manager. Well, it's the one lady that I know for sure, and there's somebody else from the trailer park who's was part of the Reddit group, from what she told me before I moved out. So yeah, I got it and I took it and I was miserable today. So and I haven't been super hungry this evening, so I just ate some rotisserie chicken that I got at Walmart. I get the pre-shredded, so it's just the white meat. And oh dear, I hate when that happens. Heimdall, stop. It's not even somebody in the hall this time. That was upstairs. Get over here. Shush. Come on. Let's go. Back over here. Thank you very much. Uh-huh. Come here, Mr. Short Stuff. What was the song, Mr. Big Stuff? Who do you think you are? Come here. If you want any more fajita chicken, you better come give me some lovin'. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. Come on. Up. 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 And he does the stretch and drops the butt to the floor. Yep, there he goes. He says, no, I'm not coming up. I'm just going to lay down right here. You goofy boy. You're a goofy boy. Ooh, goof, 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 goof. Come here. Come here. Just nope. I'm going to get you. Boop. Boop. Mom, you're booping my nose. Huh? They formed a new one. It just hasn't been pulled down yet. And I don't know what Jackie said, so I don't know what you're all talking about. But Jackie has been a follower, friend for quite a few years. This? Oh no, this is so light and muted, it's absolutely mind-boggling how nice it is. Just don't look at the lasers, have it pointed away from you, which is what I'm doing. And I've got something blocking, so it's not hitting me in the side of the eye. No, they took down one group, but not the second one that they started. And then they came over here and started the Grifter Show on here. So, look at my screen name. It tells you right in the screen name. Right, little boy. It says it right there. Oh, here he comes. Toy poodle. The very bad haircut, because mommy gives it to him. Jackie, did I actually know you from Facebook long before here? Or did I or did we become friends through Art by Fed's lives? I know it's one or the other. You want a cookie? Tina, it's hot here, but it's not that hot. Oof. His ears. Too cute. And Jackie, I missed your answer. The move is rooming. Yes, the room is moving too fast. Yeah, Jackie is not. Please stop messing with Jackie. Like I said, Jackie's been a friend for quite a long time. Yeah, it was another Jackie. Not Jackie with an O. Right on the ear. That's why I'm standing up for you, Jackie, because you're not one of the bad ones. Is it a full moon tonight? No, I think actually we're coming off of a crescent moon or a new moon. Scorpio King. No, I have not found a place to live yet. Anyway, let's stop with the poking and backstabbing in here. It's getting a little ridiculous. Oh. Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my lord. All right, y'all get the idea? What did I have for dinner? A little bit of rotisserie chicken, nothing else. I couldn't stomach anything else. I just wanted some protein. Okay, Anna Grace isn't trying to instigate, she's trying to protect. But at the same time, right now, I don't need it for the person that they're all going after. So please stop. Oh, I love shrimp Alfredo. I like the mashed potatoes part of that. You know, the last 2 times I got meatball subs from Subway, I got sick from it. I think they've started using milk in their formula for the meatballs. Oh no. I saw a video tonight. This guy who does these food reviews around town, like he's Mr. Last Word of food or something. And he goes to a restaurant that is known for one thing. Smoked mullet. Ted Peters. They've been doing smoked mullet for 75 years. What did he review? Smoked salmon. They didn't even have smoked salmon on the menu until the past 10 years. I was just like, are you a freaking idiot? You're obviously not a local, because why on earth would you review smoked salmon at a restaurant that is known for smoked mullet and smoked mackerel? They've been doing it for 75 freaking years. Bipolar Jen, I really like how well it's worked for me. It works on reflux. It doesn't work on nausea, or not 100%. I needed more ginger than was in that to really kick my nausea. No, that's the crazy thing. He'd never been there before. He said everybody told him he needed to go and try the smoked fish. So he went and ordered the smoked salmon because he likes salmon. Yet some people can't do ginger. It does everything for me. And other people, it's too spicy for them. Ginger ale helps a little bit, but I get like those ginger chews, or even better, when I can get down to Spiro's and get them. I get a little thing of candied ginger. It's actually real ginger that's just been like cooked and sugared, and it's so good. And I'll chew a couple of pieces of that, and my stomach just settles right down. Yeah, the best thing when you've got nausea during pregnancy, saltines. There's no oil, there's no anything that can, butter or anything that can make your stomach worse. Saltines just absorb the acid and make you settle down. Yeah, the one at John's Pass does do great grouper. Grouper? Grouper. if you eat enough protein, you won't lose your hair. And I do collagen broth, the bone broth, and that helps a lot because that ups your protein and collagen. Yeah, the Ginger Chews, it's the Ginger People, I think is the name of the company. You can get them at Whole Foods carries them. I think Trader Joe's carries them. And I've seen them in Publix occasionally. Any health food store will have the Ginger People's Ginger Chews. And if you have a, Cost Plus World Market, they carry them. Yeah, I like the lemon ginger. That's my favorite. TJ Maxx has them. Okay, I didn't know that. He's gone to sleep in my arm. Yeah, y'all told me that when I was in Target the other day, and it worked. I wanted to buy a box of them, but it was on the shelf for $1 where it was sitting, but I couldn't read the thing really well. And when I got up front, no, it was $9. I was like, no, don't have enough money for that, so I put them back. He's sound asleep on my arm. He does. He knows he is 100% safe right here. Oh dear. Okay, now I have a line from a movie, Back to the Future, when he's coaching his father to go up to the girl who's going to become his mother and to ask her out, and he's supposed to say, "You are my destiny," only he walks up to her and says, "You are my density." Every time I see the word destiny, I think of that line. You are my density. I'm not getting an RV. I may be getting a van very soon, but not an RV. That's funny that they're watching Bluey. Oh, I'm empty. I'm going to have to move in a minute because I need something to drink. Why did I send... From when I was dog sitting that dog and giving him physical therapy, I've got the Bend and Stretch song in my head. Bend and stretch, reach for the stars. There goes Mercury Here goes Mugs. I hate to do this, but I got to put you down, Heimdall, because I got to get some ginger ale in my cup. Okay. You want to go on the bed? I can set you up on the bed while I go get my ginger ale. Yeah, okay, we're standing. Woohoo! We made it to standing. There you go. Pushed your treat ball right in front of the refrigerator. Hi, handsome. Isn't it wonderful? I love it. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like the ones that they have at Christmas time that do the like Christmas lights and snowflakes and different kinds of things projected onto the side of the house or a garage door. Those are made for going outdoors. This is made for indoor use. I knew what you meant. I knew you meant planets, not plants. There we go. Oh, that's better. Yeah, plants would be cool and different. Tina, dog is God spelled backwards. God gives unconditional love. Dogs teach unconditional love. And their short lifespan teaches us how to deal with loss. On the other hand, cats were put here strictly to teach us humility because they own the earth and we're just here to serve them. Hi, Amira, or Amira, either way. No, I am not. My friend's daughter's name is Amira, only she spells it Amyra. Aw. I'm sorry to hear that, party girl. Oh, it's a Heimdall. It was Hey. It was Stop trying to bark over me. It was outside. It was not outside the door, it was outside. Yeah. Stop. Just stop. Oh, I know. I hear you. He says, rawr, rawr, rawr. He is such a character. How long have I been on here? I haven't seen the hour and 15. I haven't gotten the puzzle piece yet, so I guess I've kept it interesting enough that the puzzle piece hasn't come up. Interesting. I don't do miso, but I like Japanese soup otherwise. What country do I sound like I'm from? We went to Walmart, picked up my weekly necessity a little early because I had a really bad couple of days. I went through a lot in 2 days. So we're good to go for another week, hopefully. Anyway, a little bit. I had a bad early part of the day. I feel better now, but I'm going to have to do a bunch of videos tonight and then load a bunch of stuff into my car. Oh, that sounds cute, Jackie. Enjoy it. Isn't that like a new TV show or something? I've seen a promo for that. Three-year waiting list, Tony. Not going to have anything happen really fast. On Peacock. I have seen a promo for it then. I don't, but I bet they do. I was talking to somebody today. There is a steakhouse here in St. Pete Clearwater area called Bascom's, and Bascom's Chop House. And it used to be a Spanish restaurant. Downstairs was a tapas bar, and upstairs was the sit-down restaurant, and they had paella and stuff, and it was so good. We used to go eat there. It was one of the few places Russell, my ex, the last person I was married to here, it was one of the few places he liked going to with my parents because they served a real meal, not 3 medallions of meat, a crisscross of green beans over a couple of poofs of mashed potatoes. That was his description of the meals at a lot of the places that Mom and Dad would take us to. He'd be like, we'd get a big Caesar salad, and then the rest of the meal was, and he didn't like salad all that much. Well, he would eat salad, but it was not filling to him. It was not a meal. Anyhow, the Spanish restaurant, you get paella or something, and it was a giant, really big meal. And this one particular night we were there, and I've told this before, the actress, dancer, singer, actress, Sid Charisse, was in town to do a promo for something on Home Shopping Network. I don't remember what it was that she was promoting, but they were selling it on Home Shopping Network. So anytime she was in town, they would arrange for her to have dinner at this restaurant, and because she liked the food there. And so they get the phone call. We're waiting downstairs for our table upstairs, and the maitre d', the head of the place, hangs up the phone and starts clapping his hands and goes, "People, people, Miss Charisse is on her way. Places, places." And this needs to be done, and this needs to be done. We have to be prepared for Miss Charisse. So I said, "Are you talking about Sid Charisse?" And he goes, "Yes." And I'm like, "She's the reason I took dance growing up. I love her." And he says, "Oh, she would love to hear that. I'll have to introduce you to her." And I'm like, "No, don't disturb her meal. She's here to relax." And he came and got me from the table and took me over to her when she got there. And I was like, I asked him not to disturb your meal, but I just want to tell you, you're the reason I took dance growing up, and I absolutely love you. Brigadoon is one of my favorite movies, and I named an obscure one that she had been in that I watched recently, which tickled her because it was not the most popular movie she was in, but she had an amazing part in it. I think it was a Gene Kelly movie, and it was a very short scene, but it was like a pivotal dream type sequence scene. And I can't remember the name of the movie now, but back then, of course, I knew it because I'd seen it like 3 nights beforehand. So I said, I just wanted to tell you that you influenced my dancing growing up. And I said, I hope you enjoy your meal. And I rushed back over to my table. Singing in the Rain. She wasn't in Singing in the Rain. That was Gene Kelly, Donald O'Connor, Debbie Reynolds, and the girl with the most obnoxious voice ever. She talked like that. She was portraying someone who was a silent movie star who was transitioning into talkies. And she did not have a good voice. She couldn't sing. And Debbie Reynolds was supposed to be her voice behind the scenes. And they wanted Debbie to just have the part and get rid of this obnoxious woman, which was the premise of the whole movie. But anyway, such a cute movie. Poor Debbie Reynolds. She said Gene Kelly was such a perfectionist that they rehearsed so long her feet were bloody. Anyhow. What? Tina, what? I hadn't heard about that. This world is just going to hell in a handbasket. Hey, Leanne. I have no idea who that is. I hadn't heard about it either, but then it's not somebody I follow, so that's sad. Heimdall, would you stop? Heimdall. No. He's laying on the bed like he's on a throne. And he's barking at the door. He's a little bit silly tonight. You know, when you first said that, I thought somebody else, like they had been at some event and were unalived by strangers or people that was like real life trolls. That's a little more domestic. Yes, pray for their family, but it's not as it's bad no matter how you look at it. But it's restraining orders don't work. It's sad to say restraining orders do not work. Ugh. Yeah, it's domestic violence. It's not they were out in a nightclub and you know, got caught in the crossfire of something. The only way women can get out of that situation safely is through women's shelters where they change their name and move them out of town. Basically this, Mom of a Princess, I talk. I talk about my life. I sing songs from memory, snippets of songs, not the full songs. Usually something in the conversation triggers the song, like somebody's screen name or a comment or whatever. Oh, that poor son. Let's get off the subject, though, because that's very triggering for me. Yeah, Abby, we're going to move on from that subject because it's very triggering for me. The reason I got the heck out of Dodge from Virginia is because of a threat of unaliving from my ex. And I knew a restraining order was not going to work. So it's why I won't go back to Virginia, at least not the Richmond area. I have family there, but I won't go back. Tangential family. It was spent trying to survive the chills, not nausea this time, just absolute. I had like my body temperature suddenly dropped or something from taking my Manjaro shot. So yeah, I don't talk about those kind of things because they are triggering. Right now, he has a 50-mile radius leash. He's on an ankle bracelet. I think there's like, let's see, he was arrested in 2012. So it'll be 2032 before he's off the ankle bracelet. Stepping up a higher dosage. The 5 from 2.5 to 5 wasn't too bad. I was sick the first week and then I was fine. This one is hitting me harder. So, but my A1C is down, so now what it's doing is hitting the weight loss trigger. And I'm nauseous. I'm not wanting food as much, which is good and bad because you're diabetic and you need to be eating to keep your blood sugar from going, too far south. So there's a balance, and right now I'm not feeling the balance. In fact, I need to make my smoothie tonight. I think the protein smoothie will help. Okay, I missed something. No, he's on it for 14 years and 10 months. He was in jail for five years and 10 months. And they gave him another 14 years and something for being on the ankle bracelet. Okay, your iron level was what? Tina, that didn't make sense. Bitomed Lut? I think you were trying to say a little bit low or something. My A1C was 7.2. So that's why she bumped me to the 7.5. She wants to get the A1C down into the proper level and have me lose the weight. This is not the room for that. My chat is a date-free, go away, don't bother me kind of page. Yeah, Manjaro and all of those, they have step-ups, and it starts out at 2.5 like milligram, and it steps up to 5, and then 7.5. I'm on Manjaro. And I stayed on 5 for a year, and no, I did not lose weight, or not much. So I don't know what this Pinellas farm is that you all keep talking about. You're totally losing me. We ain't looking for no man. Exactly. Let me tell you, the bathroom issue that it's causing is the worst part when you're homeless. No bathroom readily available. That's why I was very eager to get into a hotel room for the weekend. Wawa's has no problem, and one of the other places that I go to, they have a key for the door at night, but I'm also friends with the manager there, so I walk in and he's holding the key out for me because he knows why I'm there. Oh, that's no fun. A new bistro? No, I didn't hear about a new bistro. Ask me, can I afford a new bistro? No, I can't afford to go to a new bistro. Why did we mute her for just saying I'm doing great? The Bostons? I don't know what the Bostons are. Oh, bistros. Okay, that makes more sense. Hey, Connie. Don't you just love when it does that? Autocorrect thinks you should be saying one thing and you're trying to say something else. It may have been the way she said it, but yeah, I'm curious why she got muted. Okay. Why is it when I try to find somebody who just entered the room, they're never on my list to invite to guest? There we go. No, I don't think so. I mean, if she said anything else that was a little more of a dig, I would have said, bye-bye. There she is.
What happened?
Oh, somebody got muted for making a comment that one of my mods thought was a awareness group dig at me.
You do realize that there are many groups out there, right?
Oh, God, yes. I've blocked
Rose.
most of them, so I don't see their stuff.
I know, but it's gotten bad.
I realize. My neighbor is a former neighbor is the ringleader of a lot of it. And
they're asking me questions like, what did they do to the place? Did they destroy it? Did they knock it down? Did they tear it up? Did they remodel it? I don't have answers to these questions. I've only known you from school. Like, I never even been to the trailer. I never went once.
No.
I mean, we live by each other, but that doesn't mean, I'm close to a lot of my friends who I grew up with from kindergarten, but that doesn't mean I'm over their house drinking tea and biscuits every morning.
What people don't realize is your health problems are so bad that you stay home. You don't go places.
Do you know what I just found out? It's in my lower lumbar now. It's attacked my lower lumbar. It's all grown in there, and it's grown below my left lung.
Oh, Connie.
And, and I'm just like, oh my God, just because I don't look sick doesn't mean I'm not sick. I have fibromyalgia,
Exactly.
I have 27 surgeries, I have a prolapsed bladder, prolapsed rectal area, I had that mesh put in, I had it taken out, I sued Johnson & Johnson, I won a lawsuit. By the way, it wasn't one of those ones on TV. I got a private lawyer, and I hired him, and I got good money. And now I paid for what I had to. My husband passed away, and I'm fighting to get him honorably buried. Okay,
Yeah.
I've been fighting this damn freaking government for 18 months now to get him honorably buried and to get my benefits I rightfully deserve for serving over in the Philippines. There's just so much. Right now, you know how much that money could work for me? I could get into a nice fabricated home. Instead, I'm living in a cramped up 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment just because I'm a veteran.
Yep.
And they had to defund our Doge bullshit crap stuff.
Yep.
I can't even get my hair on my large toe through the door. That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
I like how you put that.
Just for the benefits. And people are like, are you kidding me? And then they go through the stats and they're like, oh my God, look at all the accounting people they fired. Well, hello. They take care of finding out what I'm up to. Like, do I get 100%? All these percentage, all these different groups that they fired. Qualified people.
Yeah. I know. And every time I have to go up 75, there's one rest stop I stop at. There is a guy who's selling like hats, and he's a veteran, and he's selling them to raise money for the vets. And he is a Trump supporter. He's got the Trump flags and everything.
Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. Oh, bullshit. I'm sorry. I believe you, but I'm saying, oh, bullshit. Because anybody that voted for Trump to serve this country, that made an oath to the Constitution of the United States of America and not to the president, are full of shit. This is the worst president we have ever had in
I agree.
45 presidents, okay?
I
47?
agree.
45.
100%.
Right. He is
Agree.
the worst president we have ever had. I can tell you that. I worked intelligence. I worked under Reagan. I did it all. I was in the Philippines. Okay, I can tell you right now, he is a bad president. I know that Reagan did the trickle-down effect. I know it sucks. We're in 2026, and we're suffering from it. I get it. I got
Yeah.
it. Good. Okay, but I was young then. I was 19 years old. But if I knew now what I know, if I knew then what I know now, I would have thought differently. But I unfortunately thought wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
But this doofus brain of a orange orangutan whose idiot village is missing him, okay, does not understand that he has taken the infrastructure of our country and well, he does understand it.
She is just
He's filling
like
his
me.
pockets. He's filling his pockets. He
Yes,
wants
I
to make
know.
sure his pockets are stitched and that there is no empty hole anywhere that it could get through. And he's got his 3 henchmen, which would be his 2 sons, Eric and Don Jr., and then he's also got Kirshner. So he's got them all working to make money. So when he leaves, he ain't gonna give 2 wild shits what's going on. He already told you he don't care about the American people.
Yep.
I got stories that would take your socks off with your shoes on.
Everybody, this is one of my best friends from high school.
Oh, by the way, my name is CJ, and I am 64, and I served in the United States Air Force as an intelligence agent, and I also am a Gold Star veteran. My great uncle died in World War I. My other uncle, second uncle, my dad's brother, died in World War II. And then I had 2 nephews who served, both 20 years. One served an additional 5 years reserves. He's now the assistant deputy sheriff in our county. They may call him back, by the way, Rose, because they may need him now. Go figure. If they do that, I'm going to just scream.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't blame you.
Because he was the last of our family that was going to go, because we've got so many much younger. You know what I'm talking about? Like it takes a big skip. So, right now, no, I would not advise anyone to join. But unfortunately, with the draft, you are looking at 18 to 25-year-olds, no matter who they are, whether they're red, blue, green, yellow, purple. I don't care what color you are, you're going to be drafted.
By the way, Connie, I don't know if you remember, did you ever see the commercial that I made on 44?
No.
Okay. It was
I never saw it.
77, 78.
Yeah, I'll have to look on 44, channel 44.
It was on WTOG
Yeah.
44.
Yeah, I remember that channel.
But this was
Very well.
was prior to us having VCRs and stuff.
Well,
So
if you could find it and you see it on there, you could always send it to me.
I have looked on YouTube. They don't have it on YouTube
Okay.
because
I'll
it was prior to VCRs
Okay.
and stuff.
All right. Well, yeah, but sometimes they can pull those VCR tapes and,
Yeah,
put them onto a disc.
and I've got to go by the station and see if somebody
Yeah.
in the archive room can get it for me.
I just got my laptop to where all I have to do is press a button and it'll turn on. And
Yeah.
I can't even do that. I'm just so used to my phone. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, look up Google, it's all right there.
Yeah.
Like, to go back to phone, to back to phone, to back to computer, to back to phone. I mean, I'm going to get scared looking at the big screen.
Yeah.
I'm 64 going on 6. They keep reminding me, you're going to be 65 in 3 months. You're going to be 60. Thank you. Why don't you say happy birthday? You're going to be 65 in 3 months.
Oops. I don't know if she lost her signal or if TikTok just banned her or something. Our birthdays are fairly close together, 3 months.
I'm right here. That was Daniel. He wants me to call him back in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing some
Your birthday is when? October?
January.
It's more than 3 months.
Yeah, well, more than 3 months, 6 months. Okay, so they're really starting in advance. You're going to
Yeah.
be 65. You're going to be old. You're going to be fossil dust. You're going to be farting fossil dust. We need to find you a new plan. Blah, 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 blah. But then, the other thing, I could go for the benefits, right? For the military.
Yeah.
Say, for example, just an example. I was to get 100%. I was to get everything I needed. I was to get paid monthly, the whole 9 yards, right? Just say for an example. Then I go through Medicaid, get all that straightened out. Now, with this big, beautiful bill, I'm going to have to choose because Trump said we can't double dip. So now
Yeah.
I will have to choose whether or not I want the VA and their health care and their money, or I want Medicare, Medicaid, their health care and their money. I can't have both.
Yeah.
Even though I went to the military, right? And I did all that I did, I would have to wipe that out if I went with Medicare and Medicaid.
Yep.
But who gets that tax money?
Exactly.
See, these are the questions that I ask. Like, I'm not dumb. Like, my husband passed away. He had Medicare, Medicaid for 6 months before he passed away, all right? Now, my husband was 70 years old. He started working at 15. All that money goes back to the system, but $382 a month out of $1,900 that he was bringing in. All that money goes back into the Treasury. So when people say, well, I understand the Treasury, I say they never should have borrowed. Never should have borrowed from Social Security, ever. Okay, I believe that 100%. But where is that money that when someone passes, why can't the wife have it?
Yeah.
If the
Linda,
husband
the
was going to
problem
have
with
it,
widows, the problem with widows benefits is they got rid of so many of the people in the hierarchy that we go to get those benefits that we can't even get our toe, like she was saying, get the hair on her big toe in the door to get the paperwork rolling.
now Daniel pushed me to go to Social Security. We went in the building. We talked to the guy. He got me through the process. Thank God for my son. He got me through the process. He said, you're good to go. I'm only getting $392 out of my husband's $1,900 per month.
Yeah.
That is all I'm getting out of his $1,900 he rightfully deserved as payment for all the time he worked and paid taxes. The
Yeah.
question I'm asking is, what does the government do with the remaining part of that money? They put it back into the fund.
Yeah.
So that's like free money for them. Because my husband worked the taxes, paid the taxes, passed away. I got a percentage of it, and the rest goes back to the government.
Yeah, Linda, sadly they didn't get the chance to do that. Linda said her husband knew he was dying and he had a lawyer come over and fix everything for her ahead of time.
My husband was a veteran.
Yeah.
Okay, my husband had severe COPD and congestive heart failure. We went through like 7, 8, 9 years worth of in and out of the hospital. He practically lived there. We tried everything possible that we could do. It stands right now. We're happy. The only thing I want more than anything, he can't speak for himself. I'll speak for him. He's been sitting in my top dresser drawer now for 18 months since he passed away. I feel as though he should have an honorable burial. It should have happened already. Due to the fact that department is behind. That department does not have the people working behind the desk. They need to type paperwork out to do what they need to do. Okay, to be able to have my husband honorably buried and for me to have a spot next to him because I also serve. So I will have my place prepared and ready for my children so that when I go, they don't have to go through this.
Yeah.
It is absolutely ridiculous that I had to call the National Archives to get my husband's DD-214 corrected because they had the wrong Social Security number on it.
Oh,
They said there's nothing we could do here. You're just going to have to call them up. I said, I don't work for you. I don't get paid to do that. You do.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have the staffing here. You're just going to have to do it yourself if you want your husband buried. Those are the kind of answers they're giving veterans.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's just rude.
Mike, it's not just incompetence, it's a lack of personnel. And
What they did, this is what they did. They took somebody that was going to move up. Let me give you an example. You know, you had a probational period when you start a job. They give you a probation period. All right. Now, in some of the places in there, my girlfriend explained it to me. They have probational periods to where they're moving up to a new job. They're being trained into that new job. That is a
Right.
probational period. Doge came in with his 4 little muskrats, I call them. Doge came in and said, "Oh, they're in a probational period. Here you go. There's pink slip. Oh, you're in your probation. Oh, there's pink slip. Doctors, nurses, therapists, you name it, x-ray technicians, anyone, anybody, no matter what the position was, they went through."
yeah, they got rid of a lot of people. And yet I have a friend up in Tennessee. Her husband was also Air Force for quite a long time, and he now works for Social Security up there. And she sings the praises of our government, and I'm just like, how can you have been in the military and sing their praises? You have to know what's going on.
This is another thing I meant to ask you. You asked me about your commercial, and you said that they put on your license. Remember last time we were talking
Yeah.
about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They put on your license that you're considered a vet. Okay, whatever. You got all that paperwork. You got all that stuff. Okay,
Right.
if you don't have a DD-214, you can go, I told you, to the military archives. They will find your DD-214, and they will send you a copy of it, okay?
Yeah.
You will have your DD-214, and you can present that so you can find out if you're eligible for any form of benefits or any kind of health care whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay? If not, hey, at least you went through that process.
Yeah.
And you found out.
I need to do that in the next couple of weeks.
No. I'm going to stop you right there. There are no couple of weeks. You need to find a place to stay. Once you get in that program, you'll be eligible to try to start for the VASH program, which is the VASH, which is to help you to find a place. Find a place to stay. That's what I was trying to tell you about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
If you want to start to utilize the VA for you to try to find a place to stay, they may be able to help you do that.
Yeah, and that's what got me in trouble with these awareness people, is they're saying I'm using stolen valor.
What awareness people?
They're saying that it pisses them off that I'm claiming I have military, veteran status. I don't claim
Who are? Wait a minute. Whoa. Are these people that are online, Rose?
They went absolutely nuts after you and I had that conversation.
Okay, Rose, let me tell you something. You need to get ahead of the hold of the people that are offline, that are not on this app, okay? If you feel as though you are a veteran, all right, I'm not going to say yay, nay, or indifferently, because I do not know what you did at that time in your life. I was 2 years behind you in school, okay? I was 80, you were 78, okay? I do not know what you were really doing at that point in time in your life. I was busy with my life. Okay, and getting through with my life. So now what you need to do is go back and get that investigated. Prove yourself right. Okay? Prove yourself right and do what you need to do for yourself and get yourself out of where you're at and see if you can get yourself a place. That's
Connie,
your top priority.
I'm going to call you later with some information that I'm not saying online.
Okay, I understand that. That's perfectly fine. That's okay with me.
Yeah.
Right.
So I will give you some.
And the naysayers that are on here are people that are looking up information, perhaps, maybe, I don't know for sure. This is my opinion. Whoever might be out there listening to me, this is just my opinion. All right. This is Rose's life. This is Rose's situation. I know you feel what, I can't say that. I don't know how you feel about Rose, but I have known Rose for a long time. Okay, and I do know that the situation that she's in right now, she needs to get out of And the only way she's going to get out of it is to have positive people to try to help her get out of it and not beat it into her verbally and tell her that she's lying or whatever, or take pictures or whatever anybody's doing, okay?
Yeah.
It's just not the right way to do it. It's not. And if you were in the same position, you would not want it happening to you. You would not want your face plastered all over the internet because for whatever reasons. If she's lying, that's on Rose. The only person she has to answer to is the one above. No one else. Okay? And this is how I feel. This is from me. Okay? I'm not angry at anybody. I'm not upset at anybody. I don't care what you did. I don't care how you did it. I don't know who you are. You know, I've just been sitting here watching this, and I just want her to find a safe place to live. That's the priority, to find her a safe place to live. And this time around, she needs to try and, if she's eligible for the, note the if, she's eligible for the VA, she can find routes to which to go through. If she's not, I've also looked up special programs through HUD here in the area that Rose is eligible for.
And I does not know that for already. And
I already did. And she does not know this, okay? Not in her name, but in my own. And she is my almost, she's a little couple years older than me. So I know there's things out there that will help her. So I planned on talking to her later on about it and let her know that there's places out there that are willing to lend a hand and be a step up. It's really called a step up, okay?
Yeah.
To get a step up into being able to live on your own. And there's just her and Heimdall. And that's it. And I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to land my plane. That's how I say it in the military because I'm in the Air Force. I'm going to land my plane. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to let you go. I love you, and I will talk to you later on.
Love you too.
And by the way, I apologize for anybody that was writing in the comments. My eyes were closed when I talk. Sometimes I close my eyes, and I just sit here and concentrate on what I'm saying. All right, so I do apologize if you were saying things in the comments, and I did not answer you, and therefore now you know why. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
Love you too.
Okay, bye.
Tell Danny hi.
I will.
Okay. Anyhow, Connie is amazing. She has been a friend for a long time. And anyway, I'm okay. And I'm going to get going because, I've been on here several hours now. Hour and 58 minutes. The whole thing about I went in the military. I did not make it past where you check in when you get to the base, the entrance and examination station or something like that. Anyway, where you get placed after you arrive at the base. I had an asthma attack and then found out I was pregnant while I was at the hospital. So they put you in the hurry up and wait platoon to be discharged because both things keep me from going through basic training. It's not because I didn't try. It's not because I wasn't intending. It's because life happened. Anyway, I got an honorable discharge, not a less than honorable or just a standard. It says honorable right on the paperwork. I volunteered in the recruiting office for a year before I went active duty, from the time even before I went into the delayed entry program. So I was on delayed entry for about 9 months, and I worked in the recruiting office for over a year. And I did that commercial on WTOG 44, and I did the photo shoot for Stars and Stripes with 2 of the recruiters. So I did things before I actually went. I had one. That was the thing that was destroyed in storage, along with other stuff that I lost. So I need to go and get my DD-214. But I mean, I had a stack of paperwork, and the only thing that was in a separate folder was it was framed, was my honorable discharge. So it's now in my green binder that I keep all of my important paperwork in. And I need a new one, because that one is 25 years old. It's falling apart. The zipper, you know how when fabric starts to fray and the zipper gets jammed on that fray? Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's a real pain in the neck. Yeah. Well, some of them actually were served and were actually like in Vietnam or some military, Desert Storm and whatever. I went in after Vietnam ended, because I was too young to go in during. And I went in with the intention of learning how to fly. And because I didn't pass, the only part of the exam that they give you that I didn't pass was the depth perception. You get a groupings with zeros and C's, and you have to pick the C's out. I didn't learn it until later, and I have dyslexia, and this is something that I learned afterward. You turn your paper sideways, and the C's stand out as U's, and suddenly you can see it. I would have had 100% on my score if I had known that. But anyway, I didn't pass that, so I couldn't go for flight. But I went in for helicopter engine repair, where you were going to have to learn how to start the engine and lift off and set down to test it. So even though I wouldn't get to actually fly, I would learn some basics of it, and then I could take the rest of it later, and I ended up never doing any of it. But yeah, so I was skinny when I was younger, so I say it all the time, little Lovey. I have dyslexia. My mom and I played 3 games of Scrabble every single night from the time I was about 10 years old until I graduated high school. And having the board where, the letters were, you spin the board, you'd have to figure things out while it was sideways. And I learned how to read because of playing Scrabble. I learned how to overcome the dyslexia. And then when I got older, video games helped, because the eye-hand coordination that's needed to play video games was actually really good. My MOS was I just said it. Helicopter engine repair, something like that. It's been almost 50 years. Pardon me if my brain does not remember it exactly. But it didn't happen. I didn't even make it through basic training, so. I mention the dyslexia all the time. Thank you, I think. Anyhow, yeah, I need to go. I've got to figure out something to eat. And I've got to do some videos for products. I'll post at least 2 tonight and then trickle post the rest of them over the next couple of days. It's okay, but I do mention dyslexia frequently. Dyslexics of the world, untie. Yeah. It's why I memorize things from what I hear as opposed to what I see. John Delancey, the guy who played Q in Star Trek, has terrible dyslexia, even worse than mine. And a teacher in high school recognized that he was really good at memorizing if it was read to him, and that he had very good timing. So the guy got him into acting, got him into the theater group at school, had him do Shakespeare, and he was really good at it. And his father came and saw him in a play, and Shakespeare, I don't remember what it was, but said, well, it's better than being a merchant marine, which is what I thought he was going to end up doing. So he went into acting, and he jokes that he opened a school for acting and creative dishwashing for those in between jobs when you don't have an acting gig. But anyway, he's got a great sense of humor, but he learns his lines by somebody reading them to him, and then he puts his own spin on it. But he has perfect recall. He doesn't. He can't read it and recall it. He doesn't have a photographic memory. He has a perfect recall from what he hears. He was so fun to meet in person. What a character. His talks at Star Trek conventions were some of my favorite. And the other one was Brent Spiner, because Brent writes poems, and he just breaks into poetry at the drop of a hat. He is something else too. I always like listening to him. Anyhow, okay, I need to get my assets in gear. Thank you. That's the little astronaut projector doing the galaxy. Kind of a nebula kind of thing. But you know what? To me, it reminds me of the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis. I've always known about photographic memories and stuff. I guess mine would be for pictures, for things I've seen, not read, but seen. Yeah, it does in a way. But when you're just seeing the edge of it like this, it reminds me of the Aurora Borealis. The ripple of changing color in the sky. Do y'all remember, what was the show with, where he goes, he's the first astronaut to test a new device to go through a wormhole, and he ends up in another galaxy, and just a group of wild characters. Oh my God. What the heck was the name of that show? No, not Sliders was a good show. Oh, I loved Sliders. No, this was, I think it came out about the same time as Sliders, but he was in a spaceship. He goes through a wormhole and they lose track of him. And he ends up in a different galaxy, and he falls for a girl who he thinks is human. She's not. She's a badass too. She's awesome. And there's like several different characters that are very alien looking. And this little guy who rides around in this little like air scooter thing, and he's constantly plotting against the rest of them.
Put your mouth around it.
Okay, that's disgusting. I think it was the late 80s, maybe early 90s. I'm trying to remember the name of it. No, not Quantum. Oh, Quantum Leap was the 80s. Quantum Leap was amazing. That was a show that I loved. Trying to think of the name of the actor. Kind of reminded me of a modern version of Lost in Space in some odd way, and yet totally different from. No, it wasn't Matthew McConaughey, and it wasn't Lost in Space, but there we go. Anyhow, no, it wasn't Scott Bakula. His name was Ben something or other, I think. Let me see if this thing's charged up. Yes, we're charged. I plugged it in yesterday. No, I don't. At least they didn't get a chance to do multiple before we block them. I don't know. It's a new gift idea, and the idea is cool, but sadly they didn't take into account how many trolls there are that are just taking advantage of it to do some really nasty stuff. Is there an app for IMDb? There should be an app for IMDb. Oh, yeah, let's... come on. I know you're turning the Wi-Fi on, but actually, there we go. Yeah, it's a gift. It shows a little record, and you can pick the song to play, and these people ahead of time, well, they create some AI nasty songs. So, hanging in there. All right, we are connected. Actually, IMDb is not going to be what I need. I need to search space show 1990s. No, that's not what I wanted. Thank you. Oh God, Space 1999. That was a interesting one. Oh, Stargate SG-1. That was a great show too. Sliders, Quantum Leap, which really, that started in 89. Okay, Babylon 5. I loved Babylon 5. Well, none of that fits the bill. Let's go back. Somebody said something about Interstellar. Okay. No, that's not it. Similar, but not. Yak. I can't. I can't find it. I've seen the one actress on other shows, though. If I could remember her name, that would tie in easier to the other stuff. I hate when I can't remember somebody's name. Just drives me crazy. Yeah. I will keep trying till I find it. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to get something to eat and do my videos. Claudia Black. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Now, let me go to IMDb. Farscape. Farscape. Farscape was the name of the show. Really? I don't want to go to Facebook. I don't want Facebook. What the hell is with all the Reddit shit? Okay, it was the very end of the 90s. Farscape went into the 2000s. Farscape. And it was co-produced by Jim Henson's company, because a lot of the characters, their face face masks and the one little guy was strictly a Jim Henson Muppet puppet, whatever. Yeah, ends up on a living spaceship, Moya, with a crew of alien fugitives. Ben Browder. I remembered his first name was Ben. Claudia Black played Aaron Soon. And anyway, Ben Browder, I really liked him. He was a very talented young man. He played John Crichton. Oh, come on. Good looking. Anyway. He's still acting. Did 3 episodes on Landman. He was on one episode of Criminal Minds. I did not know this. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Interesting. Anyway, born December 11th, 1962. He's only 3 years younger than I am. I'm November of 59. And he was born in Memphis, Tennessee. No wonder I like him. I was born in Memphis. Interesting. Anyhow. Yeah, it was hot and humid here too. I stayed inside most of the day. Yeah, I saw that. I think his partner on the show died a few years ago. So, anyway. All right, I'm out of here. Talk to y'all later. Bye.